Get ready to purge in the Imperium's name once again, because Belisarius Cawl is launching his own crusade into the Pariah Nexus. But what he doesn't know is that the Necron dynasties have gone into civil war. This is massive new Warhammer 40,000 lore, and it has the potential to change everything going forward. So let's jump in, let's explore this, let's talk about this, and let's theorize, because this is massive. So all this information is going to be in the brand new upcoming Crusade book, Pariah Nexus. The little bits of information that Warhammer community posted the other day have got a lot of people excited, myself included, because it opens up with the Imperial Fist who was sent to the Pariah Nexus to investigate the dead zones, then calling for aid. And we've got this brand new bit of text now that I'm going to put in the background. It states, their gambit has paid off, and reinforcements are inbound, including battle group Hephaestus, composed primarily of Adeptus Mechanicus fleet, led by Archmagus Belisarius Cawl. Perhaps predictably, rescue plans have taken a low priority in Cawl's stack of tasks. His cogitators are instead dominated by schemes of acquiring and processing vast quantities of Noctilith, better known as Blackstone, to manufacture his new liminal abrasors. These devices, he believes, will allow his fleets to precisely modulate the energies of the warp, grinding away at the strange Xenos-crafted field, dominating the Pariah Nexus. Now, this for me is absolutely massive, because the Pariah Nexus was something that was left in 8th edition, and we kind of never had the end of that storyline. It looks like in this book, and maybe some books following this, we will get the end to that. Belisarius Cawl turning up with an entire battle fleet is absolutely massive, because these battle fleets contain vast amounts of Guard, Adeptus Mechanicus, Space Marines, all them entering this system where the Necrons are infighting with themselves, which we'll get onto in a second, because that's huge within itself. This could be absolutely tasty for future lore, future novels, and future conflicts between huge characters. This is what we wanted all the way through 8th edition, and it looks like we're about to get it next year. I think one of the things that excites me the most about this is that Belisarius Cawl is in overall command. And for those people who have read Belisarius Cawl books and know what he's like as a character, he literally does what he wants. Gilliman says, no, don't do this. He just does it anyway, because he thinks he's doing it for the good of the Imperium. He literally made his own little mini Primarch in his lab just to test out like all these gene surgeries and stuff like that. So Cawl will do what Cawl does. So this can add another layer of hype, fun, lore, stories, everything to where we're about to go in the Pariah Nexus. And putting all that aside, because this is not even the biggest thing that is happening in the Pariah Nexus, we have a brand new civil war upon the galaxy. No, it's not with the Imperium. This time around, the Necrons are infighting with themselves, and it involves a Silent King and Imhotep, the Stormlord. This is huge. This is massive for the Necron dynasties. Again, the text in the background states, unbeknownst to the self-proclaimed greatest mind of Mars, the Necrons have become embroiled in a civil war. Dynasties loyal to the Silent King are locked in combat with those who have aligned themselves with Imhotep the Stormlord, who has denounced the authority of the mute monarch. Now, the consequences of that, I'm going to try to explain in imperial terms. The Silent King is kind of like the emperor of mankind. He was the go-to of that race before their great, let's call it, fall back in the day. When I say back in the day, this is going back millions and millions of years. The Silent King kind of left the galaxy and he's come back. And of course, there's been kind of an uproar now, like, we don't have to follow you anymore. Just think of it as the emperor and Horus, but on a whole different level. And don't forget, the Necrons have the technology to literally snuff out everyone in the galaxy. They've got like this device where they can just blow up every bloody sun in the galaxy. So if it kicks off big with the Necrons, if the Silent King and Imhotep really start to go at each other, everyone is going to start to feel the ripple effect of this. The Necrons have the greatest technology in the galaxy. I'm sure people are going to argue, saying, well, what about the Eldar, maybe some of the Orcs and stuff like that? No, Necrons, it's all about the Necrons. The only reason why we all haven't been tread over by those robotic foes is because they're all taking a big, nice slumber of a nap. If they all wake up, we've got some serious problems on our doorstep. So I'm really looking forward to see how this plays out. Is Imhotep actually going to go one-on-one and fight the Silent King? There's so many possibilities. There's so many narrative stories they can put out for this. I think it's an incredible thing to bring to the table. Now, it's not over there, because potentially we can have a Primarch in the mix of all this. It's Guilliman with a steel chair out of nowhere. This is taken from White Dwarf 481. Massive shout out to Filthy Green Name who supplied this, because Guilliman seems to be heading to the Pariah Nexus, because the text in the background states, Guilliman looked back down towards a data slate in his left hand. A hairline crack had appeared in the obsidianite casing beneath his thumb. Inwardly, the Primarch fumed that he could not quite see the end of whatever was transpiring, that its ramifications so far eluded him was a warning that could not be ignored, not even for the threat that boiled out of the Great Rift. He had dispatched a good man to discover the evil in the Nephilim anomaly. Guilliman could not, in good conscience, blindly send others into what he now perceived was a war requiring his personal intervention. The Avenging Sun activated the inner ship Vox, ordering for a new headings to the Nephilim subsector. So not only do we have Belisarius Cawl heading there, Imhotep the Stormlord versus the Silent King, potentially Guilliman now could turn up and throw down with whatever forces go against him. Again, this White Dwarf is a bit old, so I'm not sure if this is going to be a retcon, but if this does happen, then this is going to make it one of the greatest narrative events that we've had in recent editions. Primarchs, Belisarius Cawl, the Silent King, Imhotep the Stormlord, Space Marines, Necrons, Admech, Imperial Guard. It's a royal rumble that will echo throughout the ages. I cannot wait to get my hands on this narrative book now and read through what the hell is going on, because it's looking like it's going to be absolutely fantastic. That is enough waffling for me. Thank you for coming. Thank you for watching. If you've got any thoughts, feedback like that, post it down below. What do you think that's going to happen? What do you think about the civil war with the Necrons? Necron players, tell me what you think. Is this your Horus Heresy Electric Boogaloo 2.0? What do you think that Call's going to do? Will Guilliman turn up with the steel chair and start smacking people in the face? I don't know. It's just, there's so much to go off with all this stuff. Anyway, have a great day and bye-bye.